So we wanted to share with you in this beautiful location some of the myths that we encounter around feedback. Feedback is one of our, almost like our favourite subject to talk about, and we find that a lot of people struggle with it, and there's some things that crop up all the time that we talk to people about, and there's some really key, there's 3 key myths that we want to almost debunk, if you like.
The first myth that we'd like to debunk, as Elizabeth always says, is that feedback's a two-way process. It isn't. It isn't about asking the person what they think and then telling them what you think. It's a highly directional tool, and you need to just tell them what it is that they did, the impact it had, and what you now need them to do differently as a result. The second myth that we'd like to put to bed is the myth around third-party feedback. You should never, ever give somebody else's feedback. That is the best way to destroy yours and their relationships with the other person. You can't give a piece of feedback unless you've seen it, heard it, or read it yourself. There is no such thing as third-party feedback.
A lot of people say to us is, actually, I can't give that level of feedback to somebody unless I've got a really good relationship with them, unless I trust them. And actually, we'd say the opposite is true. You don't ever get that kind of relationship with somebody unless you give them that level of feedback. And unless you trust yourself enough to give them that piece of feedback and that honesty, that's when you get that really good relationship. So you don't have to have the relationship to get the feedback, you need the feedback to get the relationship. I think the final thing that we'd say is, actually, try and get rid of the word feedback in your vocabulary. It's not a helpful word, it's got a really bad reputation. Just try and get rid of it, and you don't need it. Just use the word data, or just say to somebody, this is what I need you to do differently. Don't use the word feedback, it's not helpful. They're just a few hints and tips from us in the lovely location of Sydney that we thought we'd share with you around feedback. Until next time, see you soon.